So, welcome to the class. In the last class, we did money creation by commercial banks. And here we're just going to discuss a few assumptions and then we'll come on to the central bank. The difference between commercial bank and central bank. So, money creation we saw had two important principles. One was initial deposit into the money multiplier, and uh, some assumptions that I didn't discuss, and I want to do that a little bit. So just look at that. So in this, besides the two important thing, it also uses the mathematics of geometric progression in the money multiplier. That is, the geometric series formula is at the heart of the classic model of money creation process. One that leads us to the celebrated money multiplier, and how with each round, in each successive round, it gets smaller and smaller. So that is very interesting. And assumptions are that the simple model of the process of credit creation is on that commercial banks do not accept time deposits, that only accept demand deposits. Second, all the depositors do not approach the bank for withdrawal of cash at the same time, and also they do not withdraw their entire amount. So it's not exactly like this is the way money is created in the market, but by the commercial bank, but more or less. This is how money is created by them, credit is created. And what is really important is that all receipts and payment in the economy are made through banks. So you just go through this, that which is very important is that all receipts and payment in the economy are made through banks. In other words, all receipts are deposited in banks and all payments are made through checks. So that is another thing which I'm sure, it's a theoretical concept, because people can come up and question how can you say that and all of it, because we do have a very huge unorganized sector in which banking is not a habit with most of us. So now what we have to do is we are going to do the central bank. We are coming to the central bank, which is the apex bank, the highest bank or the head of the banking system or financial institute. It's the entire financial rigmarole in the country. So, and then we'll see what's the difference between commercial banks and central bank. So have a look at this. So while you're seeing that, central bank is the supreme institution in the banking and financial structure of a country. So it is a leader of the money market. So being a leader, what does it do? It supervises, it regulates, it controls the whole banking and financial system. And it is called central bank because it occupies the central position in the monetary and banking structure of the country. So it controls the supply of money and it controls the credit in the country, the control of money supply in the country, which means it takes care of the booms and the busts, the inflation and the deflationary situation in the country. And almost all the countries in the world have their central banks. And our central bank, by the name of Reserve Bank of India, came into being in 1935, April. So talking about that, we find that what is compared with commercial banks, what do we see? What is the difference or what? A central bank is governed by the people connected with the government. Like for example, a commercial bank can be governed by both government and private sectors depending on who is the owner of the bank. So in commercial banks can be owned both by the government and the private sector, but not the central bank has to be only being governed by the government, of the people, by the people, for the people. A central bank acts only in public interest. It its primary objective is not profit. Whereas when you look at commercial banks, their primary objective is maximization of profits. And another thing is that the central bank does not do ordinary banking business with the general public, but does it with the government only. Commercial banks do ordinary banking business with general public. And a central bank adds to the money supply by printing new currency notes. And of course, we know, which is very important, commercial banks adds to the money supply by creating money, by creating deposits. So basically, this is it. And in the next class, we're going to talk about the functions of central bank.